The final item of business is members' business debate on motion 22632 in the name of Ruth Maguire on World Suicide Prevention Day. And this debate will be concluded without any questions being put. Would those members who wish to speak in the debate please press the request to speak buttons. And I call on Ruth Maguire to open the debate for around 7 minutes, please, Ms Maguire.
Thank you, Presiding Officer. The 10th of September is World Suicide Prevention Day. Every year, suicide is among the top 20 leading causes of death globally for people of all ages and is responsible for over 800,000 deaths, which equates to one suicide every 40 seconds. I know that many colleagues will have been affected by suicide, whether it's ourselves, a loved one, someone we know, or members of the community that we represent. Suicide is of concern to all of us, and we can all play our part in preventing it. It's a leading cause of death among young people, and men are 3 times more likely to take their own lives compared to women. It's not an easy thing to think about, it's not an easy thing to talk about, but we must talk. And I'm really grateful to colleagues from across the chamber who signed my motion allowing this debate to go ahead so we can do just that, talk. And I look forward to what I know will be their thoughtful contributions and insights as we come together to raise awareness this evening. Presiding Officer, it feels a little strange opening this debate remotely, but the last 6 months has been just that, strange. Strange perhaps isn't strong enough. Maybe what I really mean is worrying, uncomfortable, stressful, and at times totally overwhelming. So perhaps now more than ever we need to talk and, of course, listen. In this place, we know how powerful words are. They can anger, divide, and exclude, but they can also provide comfort, understanding, and assistance. And it's really important that we know saying the word suicide isn't a trigger. It can help save a life. We need to be confident to say suicide when we're talking about it. We need to feel confident to connect someone to the right support. If talking can save lives, then it's an important part of any strategy to prevent suicides, is that for all of us to feel comfortable to talk about it. Samaritans have some helpful advice on their website. They know that many people worry that reaching out will be intrusive or make things worse. But they say you'll soon be able to tell if the person you're speaking to isn't comfortable or doesn't want to have that kind of conversation. And if they don't want to open up, you'll still have let them know that you're there for them. Once someone starts to share how they're feeling, it's important to listen. This could mean not offering advice, not trying to identify what they're going through with your own experiences, and not trying to solve their problems. They give some listening tips to help people give the best support they can. They call them shush. Show you care, have patience, use open questions, say it back, and have courage. There's more details on that on the Samaritans website. Really importantly, they reiterate, if you're worried someone is suicidal, it's okay to ask them directly. Research shows that this helps because it gives them permission to tell you how they feel, and it shows that they're not a burden. Presiding Officer, as with most things, there are inequalities in suicide risks. People in the lower socioeconomic positions are at highest risk of suicide, whichever indicator is used: job, class, education, income, or housing. The less privilege you have in these areas, the greater the risk of suicide, even after taking into account underlying mental health problems. The suicide rate is nearly 3 times higher in our most deprived areas compared to the least deprived areas. Feelings of powerlessness, social exclusion, poor mental health, unhealthy lifestyles, stigma and disrespect, more adverse experience may all be factors. And I would appreciate if, in summing up, the Minister could share her reflections on that and what the Scottish Government is doing to address this particular manifestation of inequality. whilst recognising that we need a national approach, targeted local actions to communities facing the greatest risks would seem crucial too. Presiding Officer, members will be well aware of the good work of many organisations and groups working nationally and in their own constituencies, and it's not just those who are directly supporting mental health. Our sports clubs, men's sheds, community associations all play a hugely important role in the well-being of our community. I'd like to finish by just commending all those working towards our shared vision of a Scotland where suicide is preventable, where help and support is available to anyone contemplating suicide, and to those who have lost a loved one to suicide. Suicide prevention is everybody's business. Let's keep talking and acting to make that vision a reality. Presiding Officer.